about the correction of students when we grade them, because we can't correct them in an insensitive way. We have to because we can upset our students, and in that way we can break the relationship. Other thing is that obviously in speaking activities it's very important to correct every time, but there are some cases, for example, when there is a kind of discussion or a debate maybe, and the students are very involved in the topic. If we intervene the interaction between them, the main point of the communication is going to be broken, and the speaking activity is not going to be successful. So we have to correct after. Excuse me. After the activity. And an exception is when we want that students repeat or pronounce some word, and in that kind of activity we can correct them in the moment after. Constant interruption from the teacher will destroy the purpose of the speaking activity, as I said. Other thing is that many teachers watch and listen students when they are performing, and while speaking activities are taking place, and note down all the mistakes they find. So a way to correct them, it would be maybe correct one by one students, or in public, or in private way, or maybe correct like a general group, like a whole. Other thing is, as with any kind of correction, it is important not to single students out for particular criticism. Many teachers deal with the mistakes they heard without saying that made them. This is a good way to increase a good relationship student-teacher. Other thing is that a teacher has to recognize his errors sometimes, and in that way can approach the relationship between the students, and they can feel more comfortable to speak and to talk about it. Of course, there are no fixed rules about correcting. Some teachers who have a good relationship with the students can intervene appropriately during a speaking activity, if they do it in a quite non-obstructive way. That is respecting the times of speaking. So we can say that the general principle of watching and listening, so that you can give feedback later, is usually much more appropriate. That's what I said before. We have to give feedback later the activity. How do speaking activities fit into ESA? What is ESA? ESA is a very important part in the speaking skill, and it means engage, study, and activate. These are like steps in the process of speaking. And first, it means that the teacher gets students involved or interested in the topic and engaged. If your students are engaged in the topic and they are interested, they are going to be engaged in the topic. So that is the first part. Next comes the study. And the students do the task while the teacher watches and listens. So in this part. And the students then study. Then while they are performing, and the teacher is paying attention to what they do, they are working, and that's the study. And then finally, the students study any language issues that the teacher has identified as main problems. Well, and here there is a disorder maybe, because ESA is the name of the steps, but it goes first engage, second activate, and then study. Okay? First, students get involved, then they participate, and that's what is called activate. And finally, they study. And then in the study, teacher correct them and tells students the problems what they have. That is ESA. Then I'm going to give you more speaking suggestions, more speaking activities. For example, I have nine more. The first is describe and arrange, where the students work in pairs. And for example, they can use pictures and a couple. They have the same pictures, many pictures, and one of them has the pictures arranged in a certain way. And by describing and talking about the order and the description of the pictures, the other person can maybe guess or arrange the pictures in the same order. Do you understand? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. The second activity, find the differences. Students in pairs each have similar pictures, but with differences. So talking is almost the same, because they have to talk. They have to talk and they have to describe the pictures in order to make the differences. The third activity, students make a list of the kind of things that people like or do. They have to run the class